The Book of Ezra, known in the Greek as Esdras. Shalom Aleichem, Assalamu Alaikum, welcome to the Book of Ezra, also known in the Greek as Esdras. Chapter 1, there are 11 verses in total. We're going to start in verse 2, where there's an expression used, an idiom used. All the kingdoms of the earth. So this is not literally all. This means more specifically the region and surrounding areas, probably better understood as the whole land. So let's read it that way. He has given me, Yah Elohim of heaven, or Hashem, has given me all the kingdoms of the land. That's more accurate. For example, we have the world, which was divided into multiple parts among various nations after the Tower of Babel incident. And they went into several directions, as you will know. There are distinct areas of land which were ruled and are still ruled by different people groups to this day. We have continental Africa, mostly ruled by the descendants of Ham, Cush, etc. Continental Asia by various Asian groups, the Mongols, the Chinese dynasties, the Japanese, the Koreans by the Joseon Empire. So we have, again, these are different lands. You have the Asian landmass, you have the African landmass, you have the European landmass with their specific respective monarchies based on bloodline, and that's the case among many nations. And then you have King Cyrus, who ruled over a substantial area of the Middle East. So this would be the land that is being referred to here, the kingdoms of the land of the Middle East. And it's important to recognize that when we read the scriptures, the Holy Bible, the Tanakh, the apostolic writings, the land of the Bible is Middle East centric. Okay, so I want to get that out of the way. That's important. As well, scriptures do use a lot of hyperbole as well, so take that for what it is. Verse 3, he shall go up to Jerusalem. So this is a emphatic commandment from King Cyrus, king of Persia, of the Persian people, versus this is optional, let him go up. Okay, let him go up if he wants. Verse 4, it says here, help him with silver. And the footnote reads in the Greek, take with him. So he's not just helping himself with silver, he's taking along with him these goods to offer for the house of Elohim that is in Jerusalem. Okay, verse 5. Stirred up all whose spirit Hashem or Yah stirred up to go up to build the house. So this word in the Hebrew is entry 5782. It's Ur, pronounced Ur, not Ur of the Chaldees. It's a different Ur. And this means multiple things. It means to rouse oneself, to awaken, to incite, to be stirred up. So I think this was merely a mistranslation. Raised is probably the worst word to choose. It is better rendered any other word, but not raised. But they were incited, they were stirred up, they were awakened, they were roused. Their spirit within them was roused. Okay, moving on to verse 7. This is an interesting verse because it talks about how King Cyrus brought out the vessels of the house of Hashem, of Yah, which Nebuchadnezzar had brought from Jerusalem, and put where in the house of his, talking about Cyrus's Elohim. Okay, is that the same Elohim, the Elohim of Israel? No, I don't believe so. So who was it? Most probably, when we look into Persian mythology, most likely it was this name with an A-M. And there's a picture there. Still, we have carvings. And why? Because this was the creator deity of the Persian religion and the Elohim of the sky. He is the first and most frequently invoked spirit in the Persian mythology. The literal meaning of the word, I'm going to say just to explain it, Ahura means Lord, and Mazda means wisdom. So that's the explanation there. It could also be this one, starts with an M. And the reason why is because this is a Elohim of covenants, of light, oath, justice, the sun, contracts, and even friendship. And M is also a judicial figure, so like a judge, an all-seeing protector of truth. And lastly, it could be with a Z. And is there a picture there? Don't see it. No. Oh, there is a picture. Okay, there it is. That picture there. And Z is perceived as the God or the Elohim of infinite time and space, also known as one or alone. And that's usually associated with Yah, that he is echad, he is one, united actually, not one like singular. So Z was portrayed as a transcendental and neutral Elohim without passion, one for whom there was no distinction between good and evil. So those are quite interesting explanations and stories, backstories behind these three. So I believe it's one of those three, most likely the first one, AM. That's where he put the vessels from the house of the Elohim of Israel into his house of his Elohim, one of those three perhaps. Verse 9. This is an interesting difference. It says changes. I'm not sure how to reckon that. I did look up many sources. But the footnote reads in the Hebrew, it's knives, so just understand it as knives. These are most likely the sacrificial knives used to do the sacrificing. And lastly, we have verse 11 talking about the transportation from the place of being transported, which is Babylon, whereas it's identified as the place of captivity. Okay, so that's all for this chapter, first chapter of Ezra. I'm very excited to start and started right away. Didn't even delay. Usually I take a break between books, but I decided let's just stay consistent and stay busy. And I really enjoy doing this, and I wanted to make sure that I'm doing this because I enjoy it, not because of any ulterior motives. But of note, we did reach. I like numbers, especially the number 7. We did reach 777 subscribers today. So thank you for subscribing, for the likes and the comments and the support. Sorry I don't really get to commenting on, responding to comments. Let me. Okay, so there it is. That's the evidence. 777 exactly before it reaches 778. But I don't like looking at numbers too much because that is not my motive to get subscribers and to get views. But this is simply a bonus. It's an honor, a privilege to just be able to do this at all, whether it's online or offline. But this is the way information is mostly not only disseminated, for lack of a better term, broadcast, and also received. That's the preferable method people receive their media. And you can see right there the synopsis of the viewers and the videos. And the day I joined, actually, this channel was mostly secular. Before January 2020, it was just a bunch of foolishness. And then January 2020 was the moment where this channel changed to be 100% or 99.9% focused on all things to do with the Septuagint and the Masoretic text. And hopefully, Adonai willing, Yah willing, in the future, by his help, we will be able to cover the Byzantine New Testament and the other ones. I forgot what they're called right now, but we'll see if I'm granted that opportunity as well. I don't think it's as dramatic changes or differences between those two. So, okay, so that's all. Just going to report on that as well. So thank you very much. What a journey it's been. And until next time, we'll look at Ezra chapter 2. And until then, I bid you all Shalom Aleichem, Assalamu Alaikum, Irini Mazisu, Pax Vobiscum, peace be unto you, and Maranatha. Oh, I wasn't recording? Okay, there seemed to be technical difficulties. I did show this. I'm just going to show it one last time in case it didn't record. But there's the number and there's the views. So anyway, that's not my motivation. So anyways, until next time, Shalom Aleichem, Assalamu Alaikum, Irini Mazisu, Pax Vobiscum, peace be unto you, and Maranatha. And if this is the second time you're hearing this, I apologize. I'm kind of losing track of when it's paused and when it's recording. So thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one, Ezra Chapter 2.